Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we explore fascinating sources to really uncover some vital insights.
That's right.
And today we're diving into a story about power, wisdom, and let's say, very harsh lesson.
And the guide here is Imam Yaafi. He's described as this great scholar, a very wise teacher.
Right, and he loved using these short, often quite beautiful stories to teach people about Allah's guidance. A lion, a wolf, a fox.
Yeah, after a hunt. But there's a lot going on beneath that surface.
So the story goes, once upon a time, faraway forest. These three animals were actually quite close friends.
They hunted together often.
And on this one day, they did pretty well. The lion first spots and catches a big wild donkey.
Okay, the big prize first.
Then a bit later, gets a medium-sized deer. And finally, jumps into some bushes and nabs a small rabbit.
So 3 catches. Donkey, deer, rabbit. Big, medium, small.
Yeah. The different sizes are key here, it seems.
Definitely sets the stage for what comes next.
Right, because now the hunt is over and the lion turns to the wolf.
His friend?
His friend. And he commands him, "My friend, you divide the food between us."
The crucial moment, the test.
So the wolf steps up. And maybe he thinks he's being logical or, I don't know, fair.
Perhaps.
To the wolf and gives him this critical task. Now, listen, this is not just a simple request. This is a test of loyalty, of awareness, of judgment. And the wolf, he's the first one on the hot seat.
And that one question, man, it takes us right to the heart of this whole thing. This is that moment where a simple decision about what's for dinner becomes this profound lesson. We're about to see 2 totally different ways to answer, and believe me, they have 2 drastically different endings. So the wolf steps up, and he suggests what honestly sounds like a pretty logical split. He says, "Sir, you take the big donkey, I'll take the deer, and the fox can have the little rabbit." You see, it's based on size and strength. On paper, it makes perfect sense. But the wolf's mistake, it wasn't about the math. It was about completely failing to read the room and understand who he was talking to. The lion's reaction? It is immediate, and it is furious. There's no back and forth, no, let's talk about this. The wolf's attempt at being fair is seen as just outrageous disrespect. He completely, totally misjudged the situation. And the consequence is swift. It's absolute. With one powerful swipe of his paw, the lion strikes the wolf down. Just like that, a fatal mistake in judgment and an immediate, irreversible price is paid. The lion, completely unfazed by this, turns to the terrified fox and asks him the exact same question. And the fox's answer, it could not be more different. He doesn't take a single thing for himself. Nope. He offers the deer as the lion's main course, the rabbit as a little side dish, and the donkey for later, just in case the king is still hungry. See? It's not a division at all. It's an offering. Total submission. And that incredibly wise answer from the fox, well, that's what gets us to the central theme of the story. This isn't just about how to survive a scary situation. It's about understanding where real, practical wisdom actually comes from. And sometimes you learn it in a flash.
The lion is just blown away. He is so impressed. All that anger is gone, and now it's just pure admiration. He looks at the fox and assumes the fox must have had some brilliant teacher to come up with such a perfect answer.
But the fox's wisdom, it didn't come from a book. It didn't come from a lecture. It came from watching. From seeing the swift, terrible price the wolf paid for his mistake. The fox learned everything he needed to know in that one violent moment.
So wisdom isn't about innate genius here. It's about active learning from observed consequences.
Exactly. Analyzing the why behind failure is like a shortcut to understanding,
Yeah.
without the personal pain.
So Imam Yaafi, the teacher telling this story, he then makes the connection explicit for his students.
Right. He looks at them and says, "Children."
Oh.
But, the lesson isn't just for kids.
No, definitely not.
He says, "This story teaches us we must learn from what we see. A wise person takes lessons from the mistakes of others before trouble comes to them."
It's proactive wisdom, observational learning.
And he doesn't just leave it at the fable. He brings in other examples, historical ones.
Like what?
He mentions people in the past who made bad choices, like cheating in business.
Okay, practical example.
Then more severe ones. He refers to people who behaved, quote, very badly, like the people in the time of Prophet Lut, peace be upon him, and how Allah punished them.
Right, serious consequences.
And another one, quite vivid, those who broke the rules of worship and worked on the holy day of Saturday.
And the consequence there.
The teaching says Allah turned them into monkeys and pigs. Really strong imagery.
So these are all different kinds of mistakes, different contexts, but the same pattern. Actions have consequences. Other lions' blows throughout history.
Exactly. And Imam Yafi's point in bringing these up.
What was the bottom line?
He says, the Quran tells us these true stories so we can be careful. It's a warning system, essentially.
So are we actually using this system? Are we paying attention?
That's the question he poses, really. Because he warns, if we repeat the same mistakes, the same punishments can come to us.
It's a direct call to learn from the past, from others' experiences.
A very powerful call. Let us learn before the lion's blow comes to us. For everyone listening, for you.
And he ends with a prayer.
Yes, a hopeful one. May Allah give us wisdom and keep us on the straight path. Ameen.